differently on this channel. That's why I try to do the panel discussions, and I try to get to know people first by interviewing them one-on-one, either on camera or sometimes off camera. And then the thing about the panel is I try to make it be a good fit. I can't have somebody on that is just not going to have a good chemistry with, the other guests on there. It usually works out well, but I want to make sure that we have a good conversation flowing and that nobody's feeling left out during the panel discussions. Colin, what's up, man? You said you're jealous of my hair. My hair is hard to manage. That's why I wear a lot of hats sometimes, because sometimes it's like all over the place or it's sticking up and it looks ridiculous. SLV, yes, Biden has failed tremendously. What the heck is the difference between Biden and Trump? I've yet to see any difference other than rhetoric. Bro, you, me, and Pedro need to get together and get some food, Brody. It's been too long. Yeah, it has been a long time. Like even back home here, I haven't been spending too much time with some of my close friends. I've become like a workaholic ever since I started this. Like, don't get me wrong, this is my passion. I love doing it, but I get so invested in it, and I guess that's part of a reason for why I started feeling depressed and overwhelmed with things. And I don't know, I just wanted to take some time on my own and just recharge and get my mind off of things. But yeah, we do got to get together. For people who don't know, when I started creating content, it was with HMO Podcasts. And Brooks Warren, who's in the chat right now, he is a co-founder of HMO Podcasts. They do a lot of great work. They're also part of the MCSC network. They cover news that doesn't necessarily have to be political news. It's just, pop cultural news. And they're also great sports commentators. Brooks is a great journalist for sports. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and sub to HMO Podcast. So Ronwell, you've been a long-time follower of Franc Analysis. He says, do you know about Independent Green Party and that it started by Chad Wilson and others? If so, how do you feel about the party? And do you support the Ventura-McKinney ticket for 2024? I'll be honest with you, Ronwell. I have heard of the Independent Green Party. I'm cool with Chad. I support what he does, but as far as supporting third parties, I'm not going to put my energy on there. I'm not going to put my energy on third parties because none of them have a concrete solution for how we're going to overcome the election integrity issues that we have in this country. And so in order for a third party to be successful, it has to naturally evolve from movements coalescing. That's what I've been saying about Movement for a People's Party. Movement for a People's Party put the cart before the horse. They have a great idea for being a party that tries to put all different kinds of people together, rather than it just be like one ideology. That's a great way to do it, but remember, we have to find a way to get people to come together first. What it seems like with Movement for a People's Party or Independent Green Party is that it seems like it's mainly one ideology and bringing people together to have one ideology. With movements, you have a whole bunch of different ideologies fighting for different things, and then they start going to each other's protests eventually, and then we get general strikes, and then they start meeting each other and they start saying, okay, we have more in common than we actually thought. And then naturally, we can be like, okay, solutions can be brought up. People start brainstorming with each other. And then they say if a third party is ever going to be successful and we take down this duopoly, we have to apply maximum public pressure to get rid of all these unnecessary election laws that make it so hard for third parties to win. And so in order to do that, you have to have election integrity activists that are a part of your movement. And I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that with any of the third parties, including, unfortunately, I don't see that with Independent Green Party. We gotta stop thinking that electoral politics are what's going to save us, or putting our hopes in candidates, and that includes really well-meaning people that say the right things. Like Jesse Ventura, he says the right things. Cynthia McKinney also says the right things. They both have great records.
Woo!
But we can't just put our hopes and our wishes in having these people to save us. It has to be on us. Like, we are the ones that are going to save ourselves, not other people. So take initiative to do something, inform people, help build communities, help organize, help build communities online so they can translate to on-the-ground communities. Because when you rely on other people like Jesse Ventura or even like Tulsi Gabbard, who I supported in 2020, it's kind of like giving an excuse for why you're not doing enough, and you're hoping for that one person to do everything for you. You have to be the one that takes action. Garden Gnome, when are you going to join the TYT network, Frank? When are you going to commit all super chats to TYT and get serious about forum? Never going to join TYT. They're corporate news. I'm not joining any corporate news outlet. Man, TYT, what a joke. They were the gateway for a lot of people. They were my gateway. Like, I listened to TYT all the time. Like, when I first got my, political awakening, because of Bernie Sanders' message, when I realized, okay, we can't really get anything done because all these corporations are buying off all our politicians. Before Bernie ran for president, I didn't know that. I was buying into, okay,